Hi folks, thanks for joining me, Johnny, here at Johnny's Journeys, where today we're going to go back to our Casita vs Scamp, but we're also adding various other fiberglass campers. I posted on a Facebook page or two, and these are the answers that I received from the members of the fiberglass community. So we're going to go through the pros and cons over Casita versus Scamp and other fiberglass campers. So, folks, I got many really great responses on the Facebook page. Ashley says, probably the price, but I think once you purchase all the dang add ons for a Scamp, you come pretty close to Casita pricing, which I've heard before. Katie says, oh, I'll play. Only because I love to talk about my HC1, which I realize is a different style of camping. We are lifelong tent campers who are getting a bit old for sleeping on the ground. We chose HC1 because it fits our camping style. It is light and it is so easy to maneuver when towing. We can change the interior to suit all the traveling situations, solo trips, day, date night, 3-person road trips, week-long camp stop, and weekend getaways all have adjustments. We already cook outside. The back hatch is amazing. This last trip I hand rotated it 90 degrees on the concrete slab so that our patio setup faced the lake. We can get into most primitive sites with no problem. Our June bug will be 4 this summer, and she's the second best decision I've ever made after marrying my husband. That's sweet. Katie again. Informative video. Talking about my video. Of course, I responded before I watched, as is my way. After watching, I'd add that the double hull pod fiberglass shell was a big part of the decision. We also like that it can be completely stripped and cleaned, including all the fabrics, which can be put in the wash machine, and the only wood particle board parts can be easily changed down the road. Longevity and cleanliness were priorities for us. I can back up everything Katie says about the HC1. Oh, this is Monica, sorry. It works for someone who camps by themselves and up to 4 family members. Some owners manage 5 to 6 with little ones. Monica says, only question I have is, was price a big consideration? I have no idea what they run. I went for a used Casita and was lucky enough to get a great price with almost every possible mod completed by previous owner. I did a video about new or reno, so always interested to hear. Excuse me. Katie says, we got ours 4 years ago when it was considerably less. They are not cheap. We were 48 at the time, starting on our retirement plan. For us, we wanted something that was going to hold up for 20 years with minimal repairs, and that's exactly what we got. Rupa says, my HC1 is on the way as we speak. Can't wait. Katie said, woohoo. Tammy, I think that the Casita is fully enclosed, unlike Scamp having an open bottom to strand board. Aaron, I have a very sentimental attachment to Scamp. My grandparents had one and took me camping my first time in it. However, when researching to buy, I decided Casita, mainly due to the fiberglass bottom and the flat door, which I see Scamp has adopted with their 2021 model. I priced out each exactly how I wanted them. The Casita actually came out about $2,000 less than the Scamp. because so many items I wanted are standard equipment on Casitas, but add-ons for Scamp. Eric. Yes, I forgot about the flat door. Another reason, Tammy said to Eric. David Turner. I have a Scamp fifth wheel, but I like the flat door of the Casita. Jennifer Preston. You should do a happier camper too, which is the HC one or HC something. Yes, the HCT. I'm sorry, HCT is a closer comparable to Casita and Scamp. Ned and Vicky say Scamp. Everything about its cuteness. Brandy. Oliver. Double hull. 4-season. Large tank. No wood. Smooth and clean. Quality marine fixtures. Beefy aluminum frame. No rust. No carpet. No bumpy stuff on the walls. Customizable. Amazing company that stands behind their product. Fantastic owner community. And then Susan writes in response to Brandy, but so expensive. Susan writes back, there is that, but I could literally sell it tomorrow for more than I paid for it. I don't see ever needing to buy a new one. Then we have Greg talking to Brandy, and all you need to do is sacrifice your firstborn. Brandy says back, we are empty nesters, so no kids. Activities to pay for more anymore. And expensive is relative. Have you seen the prices of new vehicles lately? Wow, crazy. We keep our vehicle for quite a while, so we splurge on a better made camper. Katie says to Brandy, spot on. We joke because our HC1 was worth more than the two almost 20-year-old Toyotas that we owned. But we didn't want to turn over campers as they age. We wanted one that was going to see us well into retirement with minimal, easy repairs, replacements. Brandy to Katie, exactly. I love the HC1. I've been told I'm not allowed to collect fiberglass campers. LOL. I already have two. I can give up my U-Haul. I can't give up my U-Haul CT. I have friends that have bought several new sticky trailers in the time that we've owned this, and they drive a 7K truck to pull them. To me, we are actually less money into our whole rig. I don't foresee us ever needing a new Oliver. Too well made. Plus, it's the only red one. I can't go back to plain white after the red one. LOL. Terry says, I have bought and sold dozens of Scamps and Casitas. Hands down, I would take a Casita over a Scamp any day of the week. The only thing the Scamp has over the Casita are the fifth wheels, period. Tom to Terry, have you looked at the Escape fifth wheel? And he shows a picture of it there. Terry to Tom, looks nice. My next camper is going to be a Airstream Bambi. Tom says, I really want dual axles. That's why I went with the Escape 19. Any Airstream with dual axles was way too heavy for the tow vehicle. I was never a fan of a fifth wheel, but if I could have towed one, I think I would have gotten the Escape 5.0. Okay, Susie to Tom. We are Casita people and love towing with a cargo van. The van is our rolling garage. Yeah, that is a really cool situation. and it's only a 17-foot. She said 17-foot Escape, I think. Okay, Peg says choice of fiberglass campers, Parkliner. Sorry. Reasons for purchase: able to trade newly purchased airliner. Availability for Parkliner. Price, weight, options, and layout of Parkliner. So Parkliner is another fiberglass camper. I think they're also a four-season camper. I'm not totally sure. Brandy says to Peg, Parkliner was on top of our list, but they had stopped production when we were ready to buy. Great camper. Peg says to Brandy, I was lucky that particular day. I was set on purchasing an Airstream base camp. My dollar went a lot further and that particular time. Brandy to Peg. Talk yourself out of Airstream since we got hail in Texas and I'm too lazy to polish, LOL. Peg to Brandy. The pulses checked my pocketbook out of the Airstream, whatever that means. So too expensive, in other words. 2013 16-foot Parkliner for the interior height of 6 foot 5 inches, wooden screen door, very simple operating system, long bed, a lightweight at 2,100 pounds. They sold the company, but the new owners should still be making them in Canada. Needless to say, I am tall. Steven says, I bought my I think it's 2017 Escape 21 as value for the money. Full fiberglass bottom, high quality construction, and highly optionable. Oh, and no rat fur on the walls. My brother loves his 19-foot 2017. I'm assuming that is the Escape, or yeah. John to Steven, we have a new Escape, but actually missed the rat fur on the wall from the Scamp. Tom to John, on our boat it's called mouse fur. Maybe it's a shorter nap. Amy, we've owned a Bigfoot and now a Casita. I think the biggest thing for us came to layout and brands, and all are relatively similar. We also just happened upon the Casita at just the right time, about 12 miles away from us. The couple was selling due to health decline and didn't have it on the fiberglass market yet. It was in perfect condition and couldn't pass it up. It's easy towed with a 4Runner. John, we loved our 16-foot Scamp, but love our Escape 19 a little bit more due to queen bed, large holding tanks, and front dinette. Ted, when we were shopping for our used trailer, a Casita 17 Freedom Deluxe was the first one we found. Easy decision. Tom, I chose the Escape 19 over the Casita because it has dual axles. Okay, and there's trailerlife.com. New fiberglass trailers built by Trailer Life. It all comes, Rick says it all comes down to weight. Scamp is lighter. Carol says, I chose U-Haul because it's unique and double hulled. The inside is smooth walled that I can wipe down easily. I currently have a 13-foot CT, but I have had a 16-foot VT. I don't know what those initials mean, but okay. We have a U-Haul also, says Carol. Carol says to Brandy, are you a member of the U-Haul camper? Yeah. She says, yes, I've been there for years. Katie says to Carol, I'm getting ready to teach a felt prayer flag class, and that ribbon strand is a perfect idea to add to it. Love it. Casita no longer makes 13, so Scamp it is, says Lynn. And then Lynn, I wrote to Lynn, I said, They cut the 16 this year also. There's only a 17-foot Casita now. Catherine says, can't top an Oliver Fiberglass. Like sitting inside a yacht. Google them. In Hollandwald, Tennessee. Pricey but built to last. They are true 4-season camper. Can endure Alaska winters. Owner's starting company wanted to spend time in one in Alaska and did. If I could afford one, I would consider. Yeah, if you could afford one. Stephen and Catherine. Stephen said to Catherine, and that price along with the weight are the problem with Oliver. Also, I believe that the interior is very sterile. Brandy to Stephen, here is my messy inside. No, not sterile at all. I like lots of color. And there's all kinds of flowers and it's like all bright and loud. And it looks so much like a casita, it's not funny. Blair, when you get a leak, be it a water pipe or leaking window, which both can happen, and you not even know it for a while, the Casita Fiberglass belly will capture the water and totally destroy the OSB floor encapsulated in fiberglass. Used Casita buyers beware. And a Scamp, it just destroys the area of the leak. I never heard of that, but okay. Stephen says to Blair, the Escape has drain holes in the pontoons for the body to get rid of water that may leak or condensation inside the body. I said I've never heard of that happening. Blair, to me, new to MFRVS. I don't know what that means. Something fiberglass RVs? I don't know. Sherry says, what about Bigfoot? Which is a great question. Katie says, I bought a 2016 10-foot Scamp. There is no 10-foot Scamp. Anyway, with bunks. The family outgrew it. I replaced it with a used 2016 17-foot Casita VS Spirit Deluxe. The Casita feels higher quality all around to me, more solid, etc. I also love having the bathroom, but that's available in the Scamp also. And that is everything on the chat board there. So it all comes down to everybody loves their particular type of camper. You have to go through and you have to see what's going to work for you. The one thing that I really want to look into, and I have never heard of, is that water can get in to the encapsulated OSB board that's the flooring of a Casita. I've never heard of that happening. I never heard of anybody saying that their floor rotted, and I just don't understand why they would have encapsulated in fiberglass but leave it not completely encapsulated so that water could get into it somehow. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm gonna try to research that. Alright folks, so stay tuned for more comments about Casita vs. Scamp and other fiberglass campers. We're going to keep going with this and try to figure out who, what, and why. What are the big reasons for your decisions? Alrighty, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.